Alright guys, it's been a little while since I've done one of these market update videos, so just gonna plug in here and do a really short one, just given the fact that I put a lot of this in the weekly report that is now in the Discord that I've uploaded, so feel free to read through that. Most of my commentary is going to be there, but I'll do a little bit of reiterating on the current market activity and what we're looking at for this week. So first off, everything remains very bullish structure, whether we're looking at the S&P, the Dow, the Russell. Most of the major stock indices and stock market in general is very bullish. Now, what we're looking at currently in terms of futures trades, I'm going to highlight, again, two strategies that we really focus on. One is the Commitment of Traders report, where we run a contrarian reversal system. So essentially, we're looking at where the speculators, such as hedge funds and money managers, where are they getting too crowded in one direction, where we can start to look for a reversal and then go in the opposite direction. Where, for instance, if everyone in the S&P has been shorting and shorting and shorting, and we find that there is finally capitulation and a reversal, we want to get on the other side because eventually the trend following hedge funds, money managers are going to want to get on the long side, and they are trend followers, so they will look to go long, and our goal is to essentially front run them based on the Commitment to Trader data. The other system is our momentum system, which is looking at things like the S&P or the major stock indices, and then things like gold, copper, Bitcoin, that historically are they have a natural drift upward, and our goal is to find entry points to go long in that system. We use a moving average, and then we also use a volume profile indicator to identify when volume is excuse me there, when volume is starting to tick higher. Along with the moving average cross showing bullish structure, that's when we want to be getting long. So what we're looking at for this week, we've got the S&P currently in a long position, whether you look at it from the momentum system or whether you look at it from Commitment to Trader data. The commercials are max long here. Speculators very short, so we want to continue to be bullish and long on the S&P. If we look at for other momentum system, we'll start out with the Russell also showing a momentum buy. Copper is currently a momentum buy, and then gold has just been on a tear, which is also a momentum buy where we're looking to add more positions. And then same thing with Ethereum. That's another one that we've actually caught a very big move here. We had an exit. We had gotten in around 2,700. It got us out around 4,200, and then it's sort of in a consolidation pattern here between 4,000 and 4,800. We are getting flagged on a potential exit for tomorrow's trading session, but we're just essentially consolidating here. I could see it rip higher. I could see us break down and go lower. So we'll kind of watch the market over the next day or two and see if we stay in or get out of that position. And then that's it for the momentum indicator. And then for contrarian potential setups, sugar has just been sold and sold and sold, and is actually starting to look like it's going to make lower lows here. Very bearish pattern. We're going to have to look for some capitulation in order to be able to get a long position here, which is what the setup is showing us. We're likely going to take out these lows here at about 1550, but if we do see a reversal kind of doji candle and start to make higher lows, essentially, if we don't break this 1540 level, or if we break it and then get a quick reversal, then we will likely look to go long there in the mid to high $15 price. What else are we looking at? Coffee. There was this is such a short look back period on coffee that it's gone from going long as a signal, which we just missed an entry, to now telling us to go short, but structure is very bullish here. We would really have to see a breakdown of this current bull flag in order to be able to go short. And we are way above the volume weighted average price, so very bullish sentiment here. Not much we can do. Heating oil and the euro are both also in bullish or relatively bullish structure, but the Commitment to Trader data showing that we should be considering going short. So we're going to have to look for reversal signals here. Heating oil has been really tough. I mean, it's been all over the place. A lot of volatility, way up, way down, reversing. It's going to be hard to catch a short on that one. And then same thing with the euro. It's just very bullish structure. So we're gonna kind of in a wait and see pattern there. Now, as far as stocks, I've got a couple of strategic shorts and then a couple of strategic longs, as well as some option plays that have done really, really well. I'll say for this year, most of my trading success has been in options and trading breakouts on key stocks. It has not been from the momentum, a good bit from the momentum system, but not nearly as much, and not much from the commitment to trader reversal stuff. So just being sort of upfront there, the majority of this has been breakout patterns of key stocks that have just been ripping. Now, I did try to take a couple of strategic shorts, which I'm likely to exit early this week. The two that I'm likely to exit, one is being ELF. Now, both of these I'm going to highlight on Muddy Waters research. There's a lot of speculation that there's financial fraud going on with these two stocks, with ELF and then App. And between these two, there's just too much bullish structure. App is currently trading up even more in the overnight session at 5:30. It closed at 490, which was already breaking out. It'll likely retrace a bit here and maybe bounce off 480, but just too much bullish structure. Same thing with ELF for us to be going short. There's just no confirmation to go short just yet. So they'll be on the watch list, but not something that we're going to be currently in. The other trades here I'll just quickly run through on the charts I'm watching. Apple has been a phenomenal breakout. I've been preaching buying Apple for quite some time, and I'm just going to go throw this study on. I've been preaching buying Apple, and I was actually accumulating some shares around 200 when we had this kind of reversal, and then we sort of started bouncing and getting higher lows. Right around 200, I started accumulating, and then I started adding options right around this 215 mark, and now we've actually broken back up to about 240, 241 in the current overnight session. And Alibaba, same thing. Look at this consolidating wedge pattern. We ripped higher, we retraced all the way back to the 786 Fibonacci. We bounced, we made higher lows, and then we sort of consolidated and then broke to the upside to about let's see what the highest close was on the day. I think we're about at 138. Let's pull up the big chart. Our highest close was about 138, which is surprising too because in the overnight we're actually trading at 141. And my first price target that I'm looking for is actually right around 142 or maybe a little bit higher. So we're getting very close. But one thing I've noticed with the China stocks, they rally in the overnight in the China open session. This is late at night right now. We're on September 7th. I should have highlighted at the beginning of the call. It's 10 p.m. Eastern. A lot of these things rip in the China open hours, and then when the US opens, they sell off. So who knows what's going to happen there, but I would like to see the strength continue, but it likely won't into the open. Rocket Lab is one of the shorts that we have, which I feel like there's some good confirmation here, unless it starts trading above $52 again. PagerDuty is a nice accumulation, or we were in an accumulation zone. They had some earnings that had this big bottom wick and then massive reversal. Structure still looks pretty bullish to me. NEO, we are short. Ionic, we are also short. App we talked about. UNH is a nice accumulation play that we were doing right around the 280 mark, and now with Buffett having bought UNH, United Health, we're at 317 in the overnight, and I'm actually eyeing a potential breakout where I would accumulate more here because we have sort of this 315 zone, which is going to be key support, or sorry, key resistance that we may break out of. Grab is another one that to me is a reverse head and shoulders with good fundamentals. As long as it maintains this sort of $4.85 support line, then we're likely to rip higher. Soundhound, this is one I took some profit on. I'm looking to get back in. It's currently ripping in the overnight as well. Baidu, we took some profit at $100, which was a key profit target for me, and then we'll hold the rest as a runner. Novo Nordisk, also an accumulation value play below 50 we were accumulating. Now we're sitting at 55. Children's Place, prior to earnings, I was accumulating here. It's a potential short interest, high short interest play. I've been accumulating this as well, and now I'm anticipating a breakout. And really, there's sort of a channel that we could highlight similar to UNH here that I'm going to go ahead and just draw, which really would look something like this. So if we could break out of, let's pull this in here. if we could really break above 7, this thing could really start running. And we're not too close here. My accumulation price zone, I would call this, would probably be about here. If we break below sort of 360, I would be getting out of this, but currently looks good. They had good earnings and good reaction from earnings, which was on Friday. We're currently around $6 a share, so we'll see how it opens. Lulu is a accumulation value play here, which could go lower. The chart looks really bad. I'm in a position, but I'm not going to be adding unless I see a clear sign. This is similar to UNH here. We want to see a clear sign of a bottom before we start to accumulate more. I mean, this thing is down 19%, really bad. I'm in around 230. It just keeps gapping down and getting worse, so likely to hold and see where it goes. And then CRM had a bad earnings report, or at least bad reaction to earnings. I'm in this, but man, it reversed right after. I closed one of my 3 options positions, and then it just sort of bounced from here and already filled the gap. And this is also in sort of a consolidating wedge pattern. So I think if this holds above 235 to 240, this is still bullish structure here. I mean, I know we made a lower low, but that was a quick bottom wick, and we immediately sort of bounced, and then we also recovered off of the earnings. So to me, this is looking like bullish structure in a very strong, I'd say a very strong stock. CRM is just Salesforce, just a really strong stock that is severely discounted here as well, which is why I've been accumulating. So yeah, all in all, things are still very bullish structure. We're going to be looking at some potential future swing trades, momentum trades, and then we'll continue playing the options. I will keep you guys updated on a weekly basis. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk again soon.